Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. So I'm currently in the middle of doing Vlogmas, where I vlog every single day and post a new vlog every day to my channel. But today is Tuesday, it's my day off, and I really am not doing much. I don't really have anything interesting to share and vlog, so I thought that I would do another client horror story because I know you guys love those videos. I'm just sitting on the floor in my new office, which if you didn't see yesterday's vlog, I completely rearranged my whole apartment and I showed you my new office space and how I decorated in here. It's so cute. Definitely go check that video out if you're into like clean with me's and home decor and that kind of stuff. But let's just get into today's story. So this happened, I want to say like 2 years ago maybe. I exclusively do hair now, but at the time I was also doing eyelash extensions. So this person had reached out wanting to make a lash extension appointment, and I didn't know her well. Like I don't think had ever like interacted with each other or had a conversation, but we had mutual friends. So like I knew who she was, I knew of her, but like I said, I didn't really know much about her. I didn't know what her personality was like. I had no idea what to expect when she walked through the door. She comes in that first night, and she, by the way, is like, I think like 5 months pregnant. So we begin the appointment, she's laying down, I'm doing her lashes, and she just starts opening up to me, which is great, that's totally fine. You know, that's what most clients do. They tell their hairstylist everything. We're kind of their therapists. But it was just kind of a lot because she was telling me a lot of really like personal, intimate things. She's talking to me about her sex life, which I am so open to talking about sex, but with somebody that like I just met, it's kind of a lot, and especially the way that she was talking about it. Like it was just kind of vulgar. I don't know. She was talking about how she's really nervous to give birth to this baby and she really hopes that she's not going to be loose afterwards. She wants to stay nice and tight, which like, okay, sure, that's probably a normal thought, but like, why are you telling this to somebody that you just met? And the thing that's so funny too is like she's laying there with her eyes closed as I'm doing her lashes, and she's just loudly talking about all this stuff, doesn't care who's hearing her, doesn't care if other clients are hearing her, doesn't care if it's making other clients feel uncomfortable in any type of way. Like, you've never been to the salon before, you don't know me, you don't know my coworkers or my boss or our clientele. Like it was really inappropriate. So yeah, she's talking about that, and then she's talking about her boyfriend slash baby daddy and the size of his, you know, trying to not get demonetized, but you know what I mean. So yeah, she was just like a very, very out there, open kind of person, which that's fine. I have nothing against that, but I would be lying if I said that I wasn't like cringing a little bit during that conversation. So then at one point during this appointment, we also started talking about my boss and how she rescues animals a lot and works very closely with our local animal shelter. So oftentimes at the salon, we would have like our salon foster dog there so that they get a chance to get out of the kennel and be around people and socialize, and so that also clients coming in will see the dog, say they're up for adoption, and it just like helps with their exposure and their chances of getting adopted. So I'm pretty sure we had one of our foster dogs there that night, and she was asking about it. And so she starts saying how she loves animals as well, and she rescues animals all the time too. And this will come up again later, so take note of that. So anyway, we get done with her appointment. She loves her lashes, pays for them, schedules her next fill, and then leaves. So after she leaves, I'm like, wow, that was a lot, but whatever, you know, she seems pretty harmless. She was nice enough. She paid for her service, says she's gonna come back, so that's fine, whatever. So anyway, fast forward about 2 weeks later, it's time for her next appointment. So an hour before her appointment, she messages me on Instagram letting me know that she was just out and about in the next state over, not even like in our area, and she found this dog on the side of the road and she just put it in her car and took it home with her. And so now she has this dog and she's not really sure what to do with it, and she needs to either bring it with her to her appointment because she's afraid to leave it home alone with her dogs because she doesn't know how they're gonna get along and she's scared that they're gonna fight while she's away. So she needs to either bring it with her to the salon, to her appointment, or she's gonna have to reschedule it. Many thoughts. First of all, where did this dog actually come from? Like, you found it on the side of the road. Are you sure that it actually is a stray? Like, what if this dog belongs to somebody and it just like ran out of the house or something? Like, you just picked it up and took it and then brought it to another state with you. No attempt to try to find if this dog actually belongs to someone or not. And if you have other dogs at home and you're not sure how they're gonna get along, or you don't have the space for it, why bring it to your home in the first place? Like, just bring it to a shelter then. You think that it's appropriate for you to bring it to the salon? Like, yes, we bring our foster dogs to the salon, sure. But they are all up to date on their shots, you know, they're clean. We know that they don't have like fleas or ticks or anything like that. My boss isn't gonna just randomly bring some dog to the salon that she doesn't know for sure is safe to be around people. You don't know anything about this dog. You literally just abducted it from the side of the road a few minutes ago. You don't know if it has its shots. You don't know if it's clean. You don't know if it's potty trained. You're gonna be laying here with your eyes closed the whole time, and your appointment's gonna be about an hour long. So for an hour, you're gonna have this stray random dog doing what? Like, what if it's trying to run around and it's peeing and it's knocking things over? What if it isn't good with people? Like, what if a client comes in and it triggers this dog and he tries to like attack or something? Like, what if it tries to attack me? Like, you know nothing about this animal and you think that you're gonna bring it into a place of business. No, what? I was like, okay, well, we are definitely gonna have to reschedule because you can't do that. And next time, like, I understand that this was sort of an emergency situation, although it's like a situation that you chose to put yourself into. It's not like it's a real emergency that was like out of your control, you know, but whatever. I get that it's sort of an emergency, but you know, next time you really can't just give me this last minute notice. And I can't remember at the time if we had a cancellation policy in place yet or what we were doing. I can't remember if I ended up charging her a fee or not. So then later that night, and I specifically remember this because I remember thinking like, is she fucking serious? She messaged me on Instagram again at like 10:30 p.m. talking about this dog and telling me how it's not getting along with her other dogs, and so she has to keep it shut in her bedroom with the door closed, and she just can't keep it there because she doesn't have enough space for it and doesn't have the means to take care of it. Can I get my boss involved and have her take this dog and try to find a home for it? And I know that she had good intentions, don't get me wrong, but the whole thing was just like really irresponsible. And it's like, you made this decision and now you want to just like throw the problem onto somebody else. So I told her, no, I'm sorry. My boss really has a lot on her plate right now. Just bring it to the local animal shelter. But she was like, oh, I don't want to bring it to a shelter though. Like, it would break my heart to see it in a kennel. Like, I just want someone to adopt it so he can just go live in someone's home. I understand that, but also like, what do you want me to do about it? You want my boss to just take this dog? She already has so many animals at home. She has children she has to worry about. She has a business to run. Like, that's so unfair. So I basically just shut her down and I was like, look, I'm sorry. Like, I can't ask that of her. She really doesn't have the time right now. And I think that it's really unfair for me to put like another burden on top of her shoulders right now. So all I can suggest is to bring it to the animal shelter. And she just continued to message me about the dog. And then there'd be other times too where she would just kind of like randomly message me about other things, and I can't even remember specifically what it would be about, but things that were not related in any way to her appointment. It just got kind of frustrating because, again, I don't know her. And of course, I want all of my clients to feel really comfortable with me. I want them to feel like we have a friendship and that they can talk to me about whatever and be honest with me. But at the same time, this is a business relationship. We're not technically friends. We've never hung out, you know, outside of the salon. And at this point, I only even met her once. Like, she's only had one appointment. But I felt bad and I thought, okay, well, maybe she just doesn't really have any like girlfriends and doesn't have anybody that she can talk to. So if it brings her some kind of comfort to send me a DM and tell me about whatever random thing she wants to talk to me about, then that's fine. I may not respond right away. I may wait until like work hours to respond, and I might keep my responses brief. I have a hard time because I feel like there's a very fine line between putting your foot down and standing your ground and keeping things professional and having boundaries, and then also like just being a really cold asshole, you know? And I feel like I just teeter on that line all the time. Anyway, the next time that she came in for her lash appointment, she also ended up talking about how she's been wanting to get her hair done. So her hair naturally was like a dark to medium blonde, but she had been doing this bright red, and at this point it was grown out a few inches and it had faded to like this pink magenta kind of color, and her goal was to be bright blonde, which if you know anything about hair, removing reds and pink tones is very difficult, especially when your goal is to be a really bright, cool toned blonde. I told her straight up, like, listen, I can't promise 100% that we even can achieve this for sure, but if you want, we can book the appointment anyway. We can do a test strand piece, see what happens. But either way, it's gonna be a long appointment and we might not even be able to get to your goal in one appointment. It might take multiple sessions and it's gonna probably be pretty expensive because this is a color correction. And she starts telling me how, oh no, it's really not a big deal. She's done this many times before. She used to go to this other salon and they did it for her in like 2 hours, which mind you, she had a lot of hair. It was thick and really long. So I was like, that's just not even physically possible to do a color correction like that with the amount of hair you have in 2 hours. Like, it's just, no, there's no way. So yeah, she's telling me how she went somewhere else, they did it in 2 hours and it only costs like X amount of money, I think like $150, she said they charged her, and they were able to do it. They got the red out no problem and she was super bright blonde in one appointment. And I was like, okay, well, I don't know what it is that they did. I don't know what your hair at the time looked like or what was in it. But like I said, from my experience, I don't think this is gonna be a quick, easy appointment. I can never predict with 100% certainty what's going to happen. So like I said, when you come in, we can do a test strand and we'll see. But my best guess is it's gonna take this amount of time and cost, you know, at least this amount of money. And I don't know, I just got kind of annoyed because she was just being like kind of condescending, like insisting that she knew better than I did, which is very rude and disrespectful and also very annoying. So I don't remember exactly what happened, if we did end up booking the appointment and then she canceled, or if she said that she was gonna take some time to think about it. But anyway, she ended up going to a different salon to get her hair done. And when she came in next time for her next lash fill appointment, she was so upset. Basically what ended up happening was she went to the salon, said that she wanted to be bright blonde. The stylist told her that that's not gonna happen. And so instead she recommended going darker. So she ended up showing the stylist one of my photos from my Instagram of hair I did on another client. It was extremely uneven because remember, she had this like pinkish magenta color. There were parts of her hair that weren't even fully covered and saturated, so you could still see like the pink in some spots. And then her roots were not even evenly covered. She had some roots, especially around her hairline, where you could see her natural blonde. And she had just gotten this color done like a day or two prior. So it's not like it had a chance to grow out at all. And so of course she's like so unhappy, on the verge of tears, and she's like, can you please fix it? Like, I know I should have just came to you in the first place. We do her lash fill. We talk about her hair. She books her next 2 appointments. One of them is a lash fill. I don't think I had enough time to do both her lashes and hair in the same day. So we booked her lash fill for, I think, like a Friday, and then we booked her hair appointment for a few days later. I remember specifically during this time when we made these appointments, I was very clear with her. I was like, listen, if you need to cancel at any point, if something comes up, please let me know as soon as possible. Because at this point she had been kind of flaky with her appointments. Like I said, there was the whole incident with the dog where she had to reschedule last minute. And I know that I probably should have taken a deposit from her at that point before booking the appointments, especially the color appointment. But for whatever reason, I didn't do that. I've definitely learned my lesson now, but I even wrote it down for her. I took a card and I said, here, I will write the appointments down for you so you won't forget. So the day of her next lash fill comes around, she doesn't show up. So I messaged her and I was like, hey, you had an appointment I wrote it down for you. And she was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot. And again, I can't remember, but I don't know why at that point I let her keep the hair appointment and why I didn't just fire her as a client at that point. I said to her at that point, please remember that you have a hair appointment this coming Wednesday. It's just in a few days from now. If you can't make it, please let me know because it's a bigger appointment slot. And if you can't come, then I would like to fill that appointment time with somebody else. So she was like, okay, yeah, I'll definitely let you know. So sorry, I'll see you on Wednesday. Tuesday night comes around and I just have this gut feeling that she's not gonna end up coming to her appointment. So I sent her a message. I was like, hey, just wanted to remind you that you have your hair appointment tomorrow at whatever time. Just want to confirm that you're still gonna be able to make it. And sure enough, she couldn't make it. And I don't remember what her excuse was. Luckily, I was able to reach out to another client on my wait list and I was able to fill that appointment slot. So it was like no harm done, but I was just so frustrated at that point. It's like you come in here, you make me feel uncomfortable, you overstep boundaries, you obviously don't respect my time, you're super flaky with your appointments. What am I keeping you as a client for? So I told her at that point that she was gonna be blocked from making any future appointments, and then I never heard from her again. So I definitely learned my lesson. If you're a regular viewer of mine, if you've seen like some of my recent vlogs, I have no tolerance for bullshit anymore. At this point, if you no-show me, especially if you're a new client, you no-show your appointment and you don't get back to me when I try to reach out, fuck you, you're blocked and you can no longer book an appointment with me. Point blank, period, end of story. Like, I just don't even waste my time anymore on people who don't respect my time. And we definitely have a stricter policy at the salon now, and I let it be known to everyone who books an appointment. Like, if you're booking online, you have to read and agree to our cancellation policy. And I also don't allow people to overstep my boundaries as far as trying to reach out to me during inappropriate times about things that are not appropriate for our stylist to client business relationship. Like I said, I love my clients and I want people to feel comfortable with me. When you come into the salon, feel free to talk to me about your personal life. But at the same time, don't be messaging me at 10 p.m. about things having to do with your personal life. You have a question about a hair product or your color or an appointment you want to make or something like that, absolutely, by all means. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed that story, found it entertaining, and remember, don't ever be afraid to set strict boundaries with your clients. And if you start to notice things from the beginning, especially as far as like being late to appointments, canceling last minute, not showing up, nip that in the bud immediately. Don't just wait for the behavior to change because it's never going to change. So that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video and you enjoy these story times, please give the video a thumbs up. It helps my channel out a lot. I will be back again tomorrow with another vlog for Vlogmas, and I'll see you then. Bye.